very, very excited to welcome our next speaker to the stage. Celebrating 10 years of ICHOM, we were looking for some very exciting things to do, and so it was wonderful to talk to Professor Tom Lee about our opportunities, and that's how we then came together to partner on the New England Journal of Medicine Catalyst for the ICHOM and NEJM Catalyst Implementation Prize winner. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Professor Tom Lee, who's going to announce the winner.
Thank you, Sam. So first, let me say something about NEJM Catalyst and ICHOM, two organizations that should be mentioned in the same breath and be blurred together in your mind, because both sort of the same overlapping people are involved with both. Michael Porter's chair of our editorial board, co-chair of our editorial board. It's all for the same goal that all of you share, which is trying to accelerate progress of healthcare toward higher value. And I can tell you, I am an optimist. I do believe, to paraphrase Martin Luther King, the arc of history in healthcare is toward higher value. It's just not fast enough, and it's our job to accelerate it. It is the job of ICHOM. It's your job coming here is part of that acceleration, and it is very much the job of NEJM Catalyst. Catalysts are, a catalyst in chemistry is when you put two things close to each other so that reactions happen faster than they otherwise would, and that's what we're hoping to accelerate. I look at our work collectively as, we're trying to create social capital in order to make healthcare higher value. We all know what financial capital is, the money that enables organizations to do things it couldn't otherwise do, and human capital, the people that enables organizations to do things. Social capital is the way those people interact with each other and with their infrastructure to enable organizations to do things it couldn't otherwise do. One of my introduction to the phrase social capital was a book by a sociologist at the University of Chicago named Ronald Burt. It's called Brokerage and Closure, an Introduction to Social Capital. And we are all in the business today of brokering, and where we come and we share ideas. We spread ideas faster than they otherwise might spread. That is very much the work of NEJM Catalyst. ICHOM does much more than convene meetings, but the meetings are an important function so that good things can spread. And that was all my way of saying, I hope that all of you will look at NEJM Catalyst as an organization, as a publication that will really appreciate your work. We are into what you're into, and I hope that you will think of us as the first place to reach the community that's assembled here today. Now, the second part of Ronald Burt's title is closure, really nailing things down, standardizing. Brokerage is where you create variation. Closure is where you reduce variation, where there's a best way of doing things, and you get agreement and you do it all together. And that is obviously a huge part of what ICHOM does with standardized measuring sets. I think you will see both brokerage and closure going on through all of the 5 abstracts that were in our final set that we considered, one of which we picked. And no one here, well, no one except for the small group that was involved in picking them, knows who the winners are. I hope they're here. So they're up here. The 5 of them are up here, and I'm not going to read through the titles and the authors, but there's a wonderful set of work. And for the 4 of you that did not get picked as our winner, don't have your feelings hurt. It's great work, and I hope you'll look to NEJM Catalyst. We really think that all 5 of these are great projects. But I'll tell you, the one that we did pick is up there. I actually heard it presented this afternoon. It's in the lower right-hand corner. Dr. C and his colleagues from National University Hospital in Singapore, and their work with sepsis. And I think the key phrase that I hope you'll take from here is a wonderful project overall, but whole hospital. They got everyone in the hospital to work together to implement processes that led to both improved outcomes and savings through their work in sepsis. So it's one thing to have great ideas, great measurement, but then to actually do that additional work, the soft skill work of getting everyone to work together. That was like an amazing accomplishment from them. Now, I don't know whether they're still here because, I know that Singapore, the travel to Singapore is problematic. You're there? Well, then you should come on up. So we're going to shower you with presents, and let's get them up here, Ed. Anyway, I heard it presented this afternoon, and the whole hospital aspect is what makes this so remarkable. So anyway, congratulations, and thanks for doing this work and coming this way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
Hi. You don't look Chinese. You don't look Chinese.
Of Singapore, well known.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Flowers?
I'll say that for the thank you.
Flowers for me.
Okay, now we're going to start getting them to write it for NEJM Catalyst. But let me turn the program back to Suzanne and thank all of you for exposing so many great insights through this meeting. Suzanne?